He shoots himself in the face to kill his best friend. Here is how that works. Fight Club. Chapter 1. The Insomnia Trap. The unnamed narrator works as an automobile recall coordinator, but can no longer sleep, waking up unexpectedly in strange locations around the city. He visits a doctor who suggests he understand pain by attending a testicular cancer support group. True to his agreement, the narrator goes and meets Marla Singer immediately. She is there despite not wanting to be, acting like an imposter rather than a genuine patient. Her presence unnerves him instantly because she lacks the honesty of those around her. They confront each other about their dishonesty regarding attendance rules. They both lie about why they are present while actually seeking something different. The narrator realizes that neither is truly there for the support group. Yet Marla's false vulnerability stands out sharply against his own insomnia-induced attachment. Chapter 2. Meeting Tyler Durden. On a business flight across the country, I meet an eccentric soap salesman named Tyler Durden who charms me with his sharp wit and piercing gaze. Back home from that journey, my apartment is gone. Flames consume what once was sanctuary, leaving only scorched debris where my life stood. Shaken but curious, I call Tyler on my cell phone to ask if he knows the culprit or why this happened. He answers instantly, claiming responsibility for freeing me from consumerism's chains. We meet at a dimly lit bar where he critiques my lifestyle with brutal honesty, mocking my inability to simply ask him for shelter instead of begging. Undeterred by his arrogance, Tyler demands I punch him as hard as possible before we can proceed further. Reluctantly obeying his strange command, I drive my fist into his jaw while he welcomes the pain with a smile. This initiates an agreeable exchange of painful blows that strangely feels like therapy rather than violence. Chapter 3. The Fight Club begins. In a rotting warehouse filled with dust and broken glass, we ignite an underground fight club designed to reclaim our fractured lives through primal violence. We trade painful blows, finding clarity in the ache of impact rather than consumer distractions. Tyler saves Marla from a heroin overdose that spirals out of control at one of our gatherings. This act sparks a sexual relationship between them, while I remain cold and detached toward her advances. As word spreads, the club swells with disgruntled men until Tyler radically shifts its mission. He transforms Fight Club into Project Mayhem, channeling our rage from simple brawls to destructive anti-capitalist acts targeting consumer giants. The violence escalates beyond mere therapy sessions, turning us into a shadowy organization committed to dismantling the very system that enslaves us through debt and materialism. Chapter 4. The Boss's Office Prank. The narrator's corporate existence has curdled into something toxic, leaving him hollowed out from within. Seeking revenge against the soulless machinery of his employment, he stages a brutal performance inside his boss's office. While seated in the chair behind the desk, he takes heavy punches to the face and body. Feigning violent assault while recording the entire ordeal with hidden cameras on film, Ken's left by unsuspecting bystanders. The resulting lawsuit nets him $600,000 in hush money, a windfall that instantly funds Fight Club's expanding operations. Robert Paulson arrives at this new chapter as an eager recruit. His enthusiasm is palpable even after losing half his face to the narrator's fists during initiation. This fervor marks the beginning of Project Mayhem's dangerous escalation, transforming what started as therapy into a destructive cult that will soon engulf cities across the nation with nihilistic violence and chaos. Chapter 5. The Split Personality Truth. Tyler confesses he exploded my apartment to shatter our consumerist chains before vanishing during Project Mayhem's chaotic expansion. I traverse the country seeking answers, knocking on chapter doors until faces blur into confusion or evade direct sight of him entirely. One member finally snaps with cold recognition, identifying me solely as Mr. Durden while ignoring the existence of a narrator named Edward Norton at all. It sinks in then. There is only one man here, split between two identities that cannot coexist. The apartment blast was his doing to liberate me from debt, yet he leaves without explanation before disappearing into the void I created myself. Everywhere I look, the duality dissolves. Strangers see only Tyler or only me. Never both standing side by side in a room that should contain just one body screaming at mirrors and skyscrapers alike. The lie of separation crumbles as reality forces us to accept we are singular entities fractured by insomnia and rage, rather than two distinct souls walking separate paths across the burning landscape of modern society. Chapter 6. The Final Confrontation. Marla's frantic call cuts through the haze, but she uses my other name before hanging up in silence. Instantly, Tyler materializes beside me, weapon raised and eyes cold, rebuking me for involving Marla at all. The realization strikes with brutal clarity. There is no master here to save us. I am both the victim and the perpetrator. Tyler emerging from my own fractured mind during those narcoleptic episodes to wage this war on consumerism himself. We have uncovered Project Mayhem's final, terrifying objective, blowing up skyscrapers belonging to credit companies to erase every debt record in existence. The police arrive only as masked members of our cult, ready to castrate me on Tyler's orders. I manage to escape the violence and disarm one bomb, but Tyler attacks relentlessly. In a split-second logic twist, I reason that his gun must be mine all along. Reaching over, I pull it away from him until my own hand grips the cold steel. With nothing left to choose between two halves of myself, I fire into my own cheek, killing off the hallucination while leaving me alive as the city skyline begins its collapse behind us. Chapter 7. The cheek shot ending. Police sirens wail outside as officers burst into the dimly lit apartment, only to reveal a terrifying truth. They are Project Mayhem members there under Tyler's orders to castrate him. The chaos intensifies when the narrator manages to disarm one of the massive bombs before an unseen force attacks. In his panic, he realizes someone must be holding the gun firing at him, checking closely. He sees it is actually himself, gripping the weapon through a split in reality. With zero hesitation, the man pulls the trigger and fires directly into his own cheek. The shot sears flesh, but leaves the body alive as Tyler finally dissolves away like smoke caught in a draft. Marla rushes to hold his hand while they both stare out at the skyline, where skyscrapers are imploding one by one, marking the end of their destructive project against consumer culture and the permanent separation between two minds sharing one skull. The film functions as a psychological thriller where the antagonist is literally the protagonist. The ending clarifies that the destruction of society was an internal hallucination caused by split personality disorder. By shooting himself in the cheek, he kills Tyler but keeps his own consciousness intact to escape Project Mayhem. What did you think of the ending? Tell me in the comments and subscribe to Spoiler Alert Goblin.